all numbers share certain aspects. They share a value. Numbers have a shape. Numbers have a sequence. I spelled that right. And numbers have a sound. For example, 2. 2 has a value, let's say represented by 2 dots. 2 has a shape. 2. 2 has a sequence. It's in line with 4, 5. It's supposed to be here. And it has a sound. The 4 of these things together, for human beings' experience anyways, gives us a number. Take away any one of these things and the concept falls apart. But we can explore certain aspects. And what I did was I started exploring just shape and sequence. Well, I started with just shape, but I discovered there was a connection to shape to sequence. So let's talk about shape and sequence. You take the number line, just put it in a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And so the numbers have a certain sequence, right? The order that they're in. But we look at the connections between the shapes. So the 6 and the 9 are very similar shape. Every time knows that one. The other ones, like the 6 and 9, is a 2 and a 5. Very similar shape. Just rotated. Same shape, just rotated. It's like the 2 and the 5 rotate on each other, and the 6 and the 9 flip on each other. Same shape. I guess next would be the 3 and 8. 3 is literally like half of an 8. I see it as 3 is a half circle, two half circles. So, like a 0, not 0, but that shape, and the 8. We'll get to that later. Next, I guess, would be the 4 and the 7. Very similar shapes. The 4 is like made of 7s. You put them together and they make boxes. 4 and the 7 are the only two numbers that are strictly made out of lines. I guess last would be the 0 and the 1. The only two that are left. They're alike in how they're different. They're literally opposites of each other. The something and the nothing. The beginning and the return. So when I looked at the number line and I noticed that they were in certain juxtaposition to each other, if you started comparing the pairs, the 6, 9, the 2, 5, the 3, 8, the 4, 7, the 0, 1, the 1, 0. So first let's connect the obvious one, the 6, 9. And next the 5 and the 2, which is interesting that they're also like on equal sides of the line and they share that same similarity in how they relate to each other. Next is the 4 and the 7, the 3 and the 8. See what I'm seeing? all of a sudden I noticed that there was this definite shape pattern in the relationship between the sequence and the shapes of numbers. Sequence and shape. This set me off on a whole nother line of discovery and exploration. For some reason, I was instantly came up with the idea of, once I seen that these pairs were like these natural pairs, I had been searching for some type of simple, quick way to do a numerology reading. I'd been doing numerology readings for the past year or so, and coming up with my own kind of ways to do them, and all of them were taking way too long. I was doing hour and a half long, 2 hour long readings. So I had went to Loveburn, and somebody gave me a real quick and dirty tarot reading based off of a 3-card read or 5-card read, and that inspired me to do a 5-card read card setup with numerology. And then instantly thought of doing that once I discovered these pairs. And that was the beginning of Numo Deck, pretty much. It all started with exploring the concepts of sequence and shape and number. Thanks for listening.